So it's early hours of the morning, live chat, um, in the UK. So I'm just gonna get on because don't think there's anybody coming in, but that's fine. Oh, there is. Um, oh, I'm okay. Just holding on, Charlene. Um, thank you. So I'm just gonna start since I've got one. Is that I just thought I'm being managed. Just it's morning in the UK, so 8 hours. Um, so I just thought I'd just share how things is for me right now. So probably from other viewers who post live will want to know like how I've been getting on since I found the bad news from my from my care management to find out I do not from the group care home, private care home that the government, UK government pay for me, that found out that I don't have that I don't have a social worker at the moment. Especially at the moment with the politics right now. There hasn't been people in seats, so there's like a lot of reorganization. So, but I suppose at times like I do feel like I put the color card and saying, I see more white people get more help, and it's like, why me? But anyway, but I see this as a positive because maybe our self affirmation, asking God and everything, earlier on this year was there's two options. I said, God, I go out and look at a place somewhere in the UK, just have a day vacation, go to Wales for the day in Cardiff. Um, where I'm from is in Oxfordshire, so it's just for I get a train, see, is ask the people there about my age, here's their businesses, see, maybe this could be the life for me, right? And it could have been, I suppose. But deep in my heart, I knew I needed to aim and go home and go big, right? Even though social services put me down and say, oh, disability and my family and there's not a problem, but you know, was to be realistic about things. And so I think, so in my heart, I never really wanted to live in the UK rest of my life. I always felt there was the home is the whole universe, not just one speck where you came from. So so I have to see this as a positive, you know, even though I had a vision from angel in my dream, um, very high guardian angel, um, during Easter, and then boom, I got a social worker at the very last minute. So, and I thought, oh, but I remember like about what he said, it's time to reclaim. Don't let people put you down. So it's been hard since April, been difficult because as I said, just because the universe gives you there's going to be opposition as well. And for me, my whole life has been opposition. People put me down, put me down, put me down. And I'm just like, well, this time I'm not going to let people bully me, including the people in the group home that bully me. You know, of course, I still eat out because I need to be with people, a positive environment where I'm not going to be with low frequency of people. In that I can because I don't really need people to say, "Oh, that's so expensive," or this and that. So so it was really hard, So when I had an interview with reassessment, which they didn't check me since I was locked down. So that was 2 years ago, 2020 and 2001. They didn't check on me at all. before and after lockdown. The only checkup I had was a day center um for disabled people, um for adults, which was not exactly fitting for me, but I just needed someone one-on-one to support me, which she was a lovely person because her husband was autistic spectrum, so she kind of understood the pain and frustration a little bit. You know, of course she was not the best. Sometimes I felt like maybe she me put things that I didn't cannot control. I don't really need people to put things that I cannot control. I want the people bring me things that's gonna make me feel like, oh, the thing mention the things like the power I can change. Don't bring things that I cannot change. It's gonna make me feel hopeless and depressed, and it's not gonna be helpful. You know, that's why I walk away from some of the care workers. Even though they're there, I don't exactly engage because I don't need them to keep reminding me things I cannot control because it's just going to make me hopeless, and I don't need that. So, which is hard because I have to be in some time engaged or they think, oh, she's antisocial because it's just as bad as arguing, or I think it's by ignoring, not talking to them because they've got a book where they have to write and report everything. That's how they get paid, is writing, reporting, which is really terrible. Really, it's not. I know some people that might be benefit. For me, not. It's actually making me more disliking, really. But so I said to the social worker in April. I said to her, and she came twice, and her and someone else, and they was comparing me someone else and everything, and but I remember with the angel said to me, it's time to reclaim, it's time you to receive what's been lost and was stolen, and the things that you had previously from earth, right? And it's time to upgrade. So I just said, well, I just don't want to be in Oxford. I want to Oxfordshire end, which is like Oxford City, which is in Oxford County end in UK. So I didn't want to be in that area. I needed to be somewhere where I got all the resources I have. Cause but so it's not everything. So so I've so I thought, well, so I said there was like the only thing that interested me was being in another institutionalized environment, which I didn't need. What I needed was have my own place, which I had assessment years ago from um in my 20s because I'm 35. I'm going to be 36 in November 22nd, where basically I had assessment from the mental health team when I was an outpatient from in Oxford mental health hospital, which is the worst. I was very thank God I was going to have this angel lady, this woman who's um um who's not English, but she was so lovely. I can't remember her name, but she didn't. My mum called it. Mum and I used to call it the angel lady, and she just put assessment and said, you know what, you know, it just sounds like to me you just need your own place, just so you can grow your confidence. But unfortunately, her voice was not valued by the rest of the community board because in the UK, their county is rest on other boards for people in the community, and they didn't value me. The medical board, the disability board, all the other services in the public, spectators, juries, judge, there's always well people who volunteered to represent the community, right? They didn't really there was a self-thought really, you know. And at the time I was bullied where I just said you need to take pills, and that is the angel lady didn't say I need pills. She said you need someone. It sounds like to me you need to have your confidence grow. You need someone to believe in you, right? I love my mother, but she didn't really actually understood me very much. Rest her soul, rest in peace. She's she's now learning from the other side. You know, but 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 you know but but since she's graduating October, late October, just before Halloween. But what I'm gaining is that, I had a hunch that, because I did ask God, that really what I really wanted was to move out in the UK to grow and offer opportunities. So, I just see this as a positive, that, I got my answers. That social services don't seem to gonna be interested in helping me get out institutionalized, private institutionalized. They do not want to help me to grow things. When I was first moved here, um, um, from 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 detention centres for disabled people, which they call rehabilitation. It wasn't. It was awful. It was more of a, but. Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. I think it's because I'm holding my phone. I should invest something to hold my phone. I used to have one, but it just broke. So I have to invest in another one. I'll probably have a look tomorrow, probably later on today. If it's in my budget, probably get something from Target. You guys probably in the US to say Target. For us, it's TK Maxx, the same company. Just this week in UK we call it TK Maxx. So probably find something. Anyway, but so maybe, having a phone holder. Probably ask Golden University to do that. But yeah, what I was saying was so was the problem was that I just realized I just needed I it's that social service is not gonna it's never been really interested in me. They never had. Um all they think is like, you put you in one place and then you forget about you. That's all they do. And it's sad really. And this is why a lot of people do not want, when they are in destitution, they do not want social services because they seem to discredit you. I'm not going beef about other people, but I just like, I always said, always try to be polite and say what I want. I remember doing a self-help book, from a book that I was signed about goals and everything. And social services never been my team. They've never been my cheerleader. All they've been is my downer. They've been my betrayers, basically, which is really sad because it was meant the social work, so social services was meant to be helping people, but it came the opposite. So, which is sad. I not I know some people who I've met who work in social services to do a good job, but the majority no. Particularly I feel like the system doesn't really represent people. Just want people to keep them down and hopeless, and but I just I remember when I was moving and first move out from Christchurch Hospital in Birmingham to here, and back in Oxfordshire, my home county, and in the UK, and I felt okay. So no longer in Birmingham City. I'm now in go back, and I thought okay. So I'm going to work with my social worker and telling her that I want to have a job, right? And she kind of like said, okay, I don't think you are good enough or capable of having a part-time job. And it was like, it's this commercial health shop called Holland Barrett's. There was this walking distance in where I am in Didcot City. So it was just like a town village, right? So so I could just get on, even though I still had to have permission, but it would have been good to have a part-time job. And said, well, it will ruin. I said, well, and said about the people group home, and I said, no, they don't. They're not. They say it's your job. It's like pass the bucket, which has been my problem my whole life. I ask for things, and people say, well, is this someone else's job? Even at church community that I came from, born and came from, there was like that too. Pass the bucket. It's someone else's responsibility. Even family members say it's someone else's responsibility, including my mom and dad, was like, oh, it's maybe someone else's responsibility. And so they didn't, so I was dealing with emotional neglect my whole life, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual neglect. So it hasn't been easy for me. But I'm, to be honest with you, I'm kind of happy that I'm sort of rejected by social services because they just all they wanted me to be tied in a county, from a home county where there's nothing for me, particularly being, I don't like to put on the waste card, but it's, I'm just being honest with you, they do not seem to be interested in people of color, particularly from my mom's side of the family. I notice a lot of people of color in the UK, came from the Windsor, because my mom was the last generation that came from the Windsor, right? From Dominica. And, I love my mother, you know, but and my great uncle that, came to what pray to God, and that was their destiny. They got what they needed. For me, there's nothing here. And when I had Birmingham, it was all right. But I started to build myself, have a community, people believe in me and cheering me on. But I don't want to go back because that's because they didn't adopt me or get me out from the institutionalization either. So I'm not gonna go back in there. And I didn't have family that extended family, my dad's side of family, which is white Irish English, right? Because I'm called Irish. So they didn't they wasn't there either. So they said they was going and everything. The only dependent was my aunt from mom's side of the family. And she's the only reliable family I have actually. She's not perfect, but she she always tried to make room in my life. Even now she's actually the only support that I got. But she's not perfect, but at least she's she's she listens to my advice, and you know of course she betrayed me in some ways, but I forgive her, but yeah, so I just see maybe my destiny is probably not be in the UK. So so I just see there's probably maybe there's bigger something out there with with um with with not being on with being rejected by social services and disability charities, because I did try and I tried and rejection. So basically I just had to be my own hero, you know putting setting my own job online with my art and my music and everything. I'm trying to ask God to help me to brave and probably connecting to finding someone in my local area to who's who I can learn music enough, because um because I tried to do online music and it didn't work out for me because it was very disruptive and practicing. So maybe so I have had found someone that I met who's a local musician outside where I live. So village I live. So I'm hoping maybe him and his wife can help me out. I don't know, but I try not to be attached just because I meet someone. They may not be the right people, so I try not to get too high hopes, because I have met before a local musician and she was going to help me out, and she was disabled in wheelchair, and before lockdown 2000, and I was so disappointed. And she just said I'm sorry. And I said okay, it's okay. So I understand, but in deep side it was so painful. another false hope, a false handout, you know. So, but I just, so, so I'm just going to just see it as a positive note, with with rejection and social services. Yes, I still got my disability allowance, and so I'm still registered disabled and everything, but I'm just, this is, I just, from the rejection of not getting help from social services, well, I just have to see as a positive note that 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 basically there's something bigger that's out for me. So I'm just gonna just hope and pray to God that, and meditate, and self affirmation, that that in is not setting my sights on UK, but somewhere outside. Imagine maybe going to the Caribbean, because I did have an invitation from a family member from my mom's side, a distant family member. She's a school teacher, and she did coach me on the phone when she had time. I lost contact with her, but I don't know. I just, maybe there's something bigger, because my aunt, she my cousin, my great aunt, she passed away just recently. So maybe there's something there, because my mom used to send photos of me and everything. I didn't get the chance to meet her, sadly. So maybe this might be a will for me. I don't know. So I'm not going to set too high hopes, but I'm going to hope that maybe there's something there for me, because it could be quite nice, or maybe go to Antigua, or Saint Martinique. It's a French island, Saint Martinique. That's some, you know, be able to travel and grow from things. Maybe get some ancestral healing, to know who some of the family that I don't know about. Only know hear from hearsay. you know, so you know online contact, you know. So I don't know. So I just have to just see where it goes, really. Um, so I'm just gonna like meditate and send positive affirmation of traveling and having a own place, because I did pray to God after my domestic violence situation with my dad. I last month, 3 days before Father's Day, was very painful. Um, you know, I understand from his side, it's probably without my mom, and the fact that it was the day before Father's Day was my brother's birthday, his first son who died. But it was no excuse for how he did it, though. But you know, but but I remember praying and asking God, when I was putting my candles out, and asking God, I'm willing to have a backpack, just a backpack. I don't care about other stuff. If you want me to go backpack, that's it. That's, because there seemed to be nothing there anymore. Everything's been completely breakdown. I had family breakdowns years and stuff. And so it's obviously my resources is completely blunt. So open the way, open the door, as my mom used to say in patois. Open. She used to pray in Hail Marys. Pray to Mary and ask God, open the way, open the door. You know, so so I'm just and and she went to England, and got more than she ever thought she ever had, after being put down her whole life. Felt rejected by my estranged grandfather. It's not his fault, because there's some North Island trouble. you know, it's, as you probably, Caribbean stories, films. Because islands are so small, and everybody there's a lot of temptations and problems, but he would repent in the end, it's a shame just he waited too late, you know. But I don't judge him for it, he's now my guardian angel, so but I know that he loved in his own way, but I just hope, I just know there's always been more for me than where I was born, you know. So I'm just, and I should not make life people make me to dream, think small. So all my life rejections has been a way of showing who I am and what that's just maybe it's a blessing in disguise, even though it's inconvenient, you know, where I have to push out things, you know, um, so and I just have to remember that, at least God said, I'm putting all my resources out there, so basically I just see that as a positive note. So as I said, I'm just I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping, I still got a few months left of 2022, the year of justice and balance and in order, things in order, I have to hold on to Angel Raphael show me that things are gonna get better. Angel, not Angel Raphael, Angel Michael, yes, Angel Michael, when he came to visit me in a dream when I was almost fighting for COVID-19 in 2000. So 2001, so in January. So I just like, that he's doing my case. I just have to be patient and do the best I'm doing, what I'm doing, how I'm reacting with how people place me. So, not get so, takes everything so personally, which is so easy to do sometimes, to take things personally sometimes when you get rejected by people, by organizations and people that offer you something and then you just don't get it, or claim that it was helping people when I wasn't. So I'm just gonna see it as a positive note. So I know I'm probably tangent about it, but so I'm just gonna do that. I really appreciate shout One Strong Adventures and Charlene Hill. I really appreciate, and someone else who viewer that's watching anonymously. I appreciate you um um coming checking out. But yeah, I just I I just have to see the positive. There's something that I cannot see yet. The like Jess one of the tarot readers I like, Jess, I can't remember um Jess, her channel, that's her name, but that's not her channel name. She Capella Wellness, that's it, Jess, who does Capella Wellness, right? She, said a reading some time ago about, about the cups, and you're grieving and you don't see that maybe there's an opportunity that's coming. If you just down the dumps, you may not see the opportunity. So I just have to just don't let the opposition in life gets me so in grief that I can't see what's up in front of me. Because I'm looking down instead of looking up to the sun. Like someone did a person reading some time ago said, Charity, you need to look to the sun, you know. So, which was from a movie, said that I should reference a movie, um, um, that I really got from Home, which is I love Home. It was really good. There's a lot of life lessons from there, you know, but I just, um, so I just have to say them. I have to ask God and the universe, my angels, my guides, to help me see the bigger picture out of this and be grateful that maybe just making room for something bigger and better. There's something bigger and better. That's something my mom's friend used to say. Um, there was like almost near family. She does affirmations, life coaching. I don't know if she'd still do it on Facebook. She does some positive stuff. She kind of reminds me of Angel sometimes. Angel um over darkness. Um, my mom's friend, she's Jamaican, also immigrate. Sometimes you have to see there must be something bigger and better and brighter before you see, which, she overcome divorce, everything, and, she found her love in her, in 40 plus, taking chances. So, you know, she had to start all over again and everything, she even sent my mom like self-help books and all about law of attraction and kind of stuff. She was amazing, Mel. Anyway, but you know, my mom's friend, she's still alive. But so I just have to see that as a positive. Rejection is probably divine protection, opening more bigger doors. Once the door's shut, the window's shut, there's something ahead, horizon. There's probably an end of chapter to that opportunity. But yeah, thank you, um, adventures. Yeah, so Long Strong Adventures. But yeah, I just that's um that's what that's what I have to see really. There's nothing really else to say, but that's it really. You know, I hope this inspires other people, especially those who under 16, because I remember when I was 14, those who under 18, those are under 18, because it's still not made for kids, but just because of YouTube, but um advice for other people who have to been rejected by social services, as a young adult, because in England, you when you used to leave school, you need support, and sometimes that rejection, because I didn't get any support from social services. For community college, they rejected me, and they rejected me again, and then so I've been, you know, because I didn't, because my family couldn't support me, it was like burnt. The relationship was break down because the fact that they were struggling, so they with their own hidden disabilities, because everybody's got a disability, by the way. Just people don't really want to accept that, but it's part of being humanity. It's humility. Is one woman I found on Facebook on a free this positive new channel I found, can't remember, but she was saying about dyslexia, that that she has to find humor sometimes with her dyslexia, you know but and she was saying about the Buddha and the piece of cake that a friend came all the way recently. That was just so funny. I love that. It was on Facebook Live. I found only on Monday this weekend. I think it was Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. Anyway, but it was from the States. But you know about how the builder was once preferred people with their defects because it makes room for something more. So anyway, but I hope guys you put down about your journey of rejection of if you of support, maybe find someone else or even do a YouTube video about it. I don't know. Their stories, because everybody needs to share stories so then people don't know they're not alone in their journey, because I think people when they share their life experiences, it kind of help other people, especially those who are under 18, don't know where to go and stuff, Anyway, don't. No.